The Tasmania Supersprint was certainly a fantastic show, and it's great to have supercars back in Tasmania, but we've got a lot of awards to give out tonight, and it was just awesome to be back racing after 4 weeks off due to the Brisbane lockdown pushing this event back 1 week, but it was great. It really was. Support categories, they were slim, but they were very good, and it was a pretty tense weekend with drivers trying to remove the Shane Van Gisbergen dominance, but overall I think it was very much an entertaining weekend, and it showed that maybe SVG isn't unbeatable. So let's get into round 3 of the Supercars Fan Awards. Now, the first one is the biggest shock of the weekend. Now, I want to say 2 drivers actually. I'm going to say overall, I'm going to give this award to Jack Smith. He was fantastic just throughout the weekend. Yes, he retired from race 2 of the weekend due to an incident with Courtney, which was out of his control, but qualifying, he qualified 10th, which is his best result for the 6th race of the championship, the Saturday race, but he did get a grid penalty, so that pushed him back a little bit. But then he qualified 15th for the 2nd race. Unfortunately, as I said, got a DNF. And then race 3, it wasn't quite as good, but it was fantastic. My kind of one-hit wonder, I'll say, is Zane Goddard. Where did he pull that pace out of? Yes, it's probably down to the qualifying format that we had, which was utterly useless, by the way. But overall, fantastic from Zane Goddard, and the award will go to Jack Smith because he was consistent across the whole weekend. But Zane Goddard, he pulled out a surprise with a 4th position qualifying result and finished 7th. He was actually battling with the best in sport, so fantastic for the youngster. Next up is Drunk at the Wheel. This is a difficult one. I came up with this award after that first round where we saw Andre have a little bit of an oopsie in race 2, where he turned it round at turn 1 and went straight into the path of Brody Kostecki, I think it was. Either way, this award is now quite difficult to kind of decide who actually gets it, and I'm going to give it to Jack LeBrock. This is, as I said, difficult to decide, so no hate towards Jack, but yeah, he did an oopsie in race number 2 of the weekend where he took out Anton De Pasquale, and that just made the field bunch up. We had Kostecki on the grass, we had Andre getting into LeBrock because it looked like LeBrock kind of didn't give Andre space. Here comes the Heimgartner bias, but no, definitely a bit of a mistake there, and that's also the biggest accident of the weekend for me. There weren't many accidents. Tassie, it doesn't provide many accidents. There's a few big ones every few years, but nothing major. There weren't any safety cars on the weekend. There were minimal safety cars in the support categories. It was just a very tense but calm affair at the same time. So Jack LeBrock will get the biggest accident award as well as Drunk at the Wheel, and Anton De Pasquale will also get biggest accident as well. Next up is the biggest save, and I'm giving it to James Courtney. Now, this could have gone to Brody Kostecki, but it will go to James Courtney. In race 2, of course, he got absolutely punted by Macaulay Jones, and James just went straight into Jack Smith. Not much either of them could do. It was just turn 1 shenanigans. There's not much you can do that part of the circuit. Unfortunate, as I said, that took Smith out of the race. He had to bring it to the pits, but yeah, Courtney, I don't know how he saved it. It could have been a lot worse if he didn't do what he did. So fantastic. Biggest letdown now, and that's going to be Andre Heimgartner. Now, you may be thinking, why? Why have you said that? I've said this because they showed real promise in Sandown, and I think that, yeah, they're not going to be title challengers, but they will probably get some really good results, and we saw that at Sandown with Reynolds. And I think overall Kelly Grove just did not provide much this weekend. I think it was an 18th, a 10th, and an 18th for Andre. Yeah, Reynolds and Andre, they had issues in the pits. They sorted that, thankfully, but yeah, overall biggest letdown, Andre Heimgartner, and I'm gutted for him. He's a very good driver, and it's just unfortunate to see him struggle a little bit on the weekend. And there was another award that was difficult to give out, but the penultimate award is the MVD, the most valuable driver of the weekend, and I'm giving it to Shane Van Gisbergen. He was mad consistent. He won in race 1, second in race 2, and he was in the, I think he finished 6th, didn't he, in race number 3, so he was mad consistent. So was Jamie Whincup, but I'll give it to Shane just because he didn't win every race, and I feel bad if I don't give him this award, or any award really, for the hard work he put in this weekend. But the last one is the quiet achiever, and that is Mark Winterbottom. This is of course an award where drivers just go under the radar, and I mean, Mark Winterbottom, he's been good at that track before. Simmons Plains, he got pole in 2019, and he was fantastic. He really was this weekend. I think he's just very consistent. I think 2 top 10 races, and yeah, fantastic from Mark. And I mean, Team 18 with Scott Pye and Winterbottom, I mean, wow, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with in the future if they keep putting consistent results out. Right now, they're not quite pushing it, but that win is coming, and I cannot wait to see that win. It's going to be great. But finally, we've got to talk about the race ratings. Where do I put these races? And overall, I think the weekend just got better and better as time went on. Race 1 of the weekend, race 6 of the championship, it wasn't dull, it just wasn't fantastic, and I will say it is deserving of a 6 rating. Yeah, 6 out of 10 rating for race number 1. Race number 2, 6.5. Again, it was good but not great. Race number 3 was a 7.0 rating. It just had a lot going on, especially at the end of the race there. Lots of battling, and of course it's going to happen. It's the final race of the weekend, so they don't care. They're going to go out there and fight as much as they want. So fantastic weekend overall, and gave out some awards. I know I missed Sandown, but you're going to have to allow it. At the end of the season awards show, I promise I will give you my thoughts and opinions on that Sandown event. But overall, I'm going to have to say it was a great weekend. Bar the qualifying format, my head is still hurting to this day. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed the weekend. Stay safe and have a good one. Goodbye.